Hi guys, how we all doing? It's been a while since I've come up and spoke at all. Hope you don't mind this different kind of setup. I've moved into my work office at the moment. It's been a bit hectic here, and I haven't been up for a few weeks. I think the last time I came out was after the goodness me, was it the last home game we played before the Warsaw game? Can't remember when it was. But I wasn't very well after the Swindon game. I had a throat infection, and then just didn't have any motivation to come up after or since. So I think it's been a couple of games since I've come up and spent my thoughts really. Rovers have just got a good point against Sutton this afternoon. That finished in the last 20 minutes or so. Rovers, it sounds like, having to claw that one back at the end there. Well, all in all, I feel a good point for Rovers there. I do feel a good point. I think it says a lot. And I was trying to explain this on Twitter earlier on, and of course, some people failed to understand. Is that it kind of shows our progress when you're kind of a bit disappointed when you're beating the teams who are near the top of the division, and that's the kind of level you want to be competing with, and we should be competing with. So I think it says a lot how much Rovers have progressed over the last 2.5 months or so. And I will say Barton has won me back around. I feel like since the home defeat to Swindon we had, I think it was back in October, that's kind of shaped everything up a little bit. Okay, yes, we've lost 9 times this season, but 6 of our 9 defeats were in the first 10 games. We've got to remember that. We've only lost 3 times since. Yes, we've drawn quite a few games, which I think in the grand scheme of things is why we're going to finish short of the playoffs this season. But all in all, I think we've made some progress. It can be like pulling out teeth. It can be very, very frustrating. Last week's game was proof of that. Walsall, I thought, were absolutely dire, and it was really difficult for us to get anything. I thought even with 10 men, I thought Walsall were absolutely terrible, and I thought we could have beaten them more convincingly than what we did. But it's all about getting the points when you're in a position that Rovers are in at the moment. Rovers have got to just try and keep getting these results. Today, we needed the 3 points today, but we've got more winnable games coming up. I think it's just frustrating when there's teams that are near the top, and ultimately we want to be kind of near or thereabouts come the end of the season when we're not quite getting the results here and there. But there is still time to do it. All in all, though, I do think we're going to finish short of the playoffs. I think we're going to come close. I think we're going to look at it come the end of the season and go, the first 10 games is what ultimately cost us. You can look back to recruitment and maybe lack of a striker, and certain parts of the defence not really working out. Jacola, I don't know, maybe he thought his goal was at the other end of the pitch or something during the first half when that goal went in. I don't know. Look, it's a mistake that happens. Not the first time he's done it. Lack of match fitness perhaps. Let it slide on this occasion, do you know what I mean? But he pulled off a really good save at the end of the game now to keep us at a point. So can't really complain too much about that. But I would have taken a point at the start of the game and so on. But again, you look at teams like Sutton, you think, come on, we can be up there with this team. Do you know what I mean? We can be up there with Sutton. We can be up there with Mansfield. Mansfield have gone on a cracking run like they have done. All it takes is a run, and we can get up to where Mansfield are. And I think we've got it in our locker. The thing is, people will criticise because of who our manager is. And I try to be fair. And like I said, Barton's won me back round. I did lose faith in him after the Swindon game. That's why I came up and sat in this chair in the first place and said we're not good enough, and the fact that he needs to start changing it. But he has won me back round. And certainly since, kind of mid-December, I know we had the COVID break, but the only way to get fans back on side is with results. And I know people will never buy into Barton. Some people are like that. Look, what he does in his personal life is what he does in his personal life. But ultimately, he is the manager of our club, and I'm trying to back him and back the players as much as I can. But I will be honest with that. I will be honest when I see certain players not perhaps performing to the standards that they should be, or there are players I just don't seem to fit at the moment. And I look at a player like Connolly last week who had a better game last week, but then you look at today, and from speaking to people who was at Sutton, he looked a little bit all over the place. You got to remember, yes, he's a young player, very young player, but then you look at the likes of Taylor who's come in and he's excelled. So it's kind of different stages of development. Connolly could become a good player, but for now, I don't think he's there. If Rovers want to be a top 7 club, I don't think he's that type of defender for us at the moment. But like I said, he doesn't look dreadful, but he doesn't look at that level just yet. But all in all, yeah, just to make a short story long, I just want to say that I think things are starting to pick up for Rovers now. I've just, yeah, and I feel like I need to put this out there. Like I'm sorry for not really being up here lately. I've just had shit going on personally, and just everything's a bit of a shitstorm at the moment with me personally. But yeah, because I have had a couple of people ask where I've been, which I do find to be very, very sweet, and I am very appreciative of that. Yeah, man, just a fucking mess at the moment. Just a fucking mess. But all in all, the gas will get there. I think we're going to get there, and fingers crossed we'll be in the right direction next season. I think whether it's this season or not, like I said, I think we will just miss out. But next season, I think we can really start to kick on. There's a good basis here. There is a good basis here. There's a good nucleus here. I think the likes of Nolan could become a good player for us. I don't know if he played today. I wasn't following the game that closely, if I'm honest with you. Just watching television and watching the FA Cup. But yes, there's a good nucleus here. Let's progress on into next season now. I don't think Anthony Evans, I would spit my tongue. I don't think Anthony Evans will stay. I think he will move on in the summer. He's a cracking player for this level. He can be frustrating at times, but that's why he's a League Two player at the moment. But I think he can certainly play at a division above next season. And yeah, but fingers crossed. We can start kicking on now. A winnable game Tuesday against Oldham. I'm not going to be going up there. I did think of going, but just to be honest, the cost of everything is just ridiculous at the moment. I'm going to be honest with you. I'll talk about it personally for a minute or so. If you want to talk about anything football related, I suppose it's related to football, but I just want to kind of just talk about things. So you may people who remember when I used to do the vlogs back in the day, if you remember that far, I follow Rovers home and away every single week. But the season ticket holder now for 16 years, probably continue to be into next season. But the cost of away games at the moment is just absolutely ridiculously expensive. Yes, I live here with my mother. I have limited expenses that goes out. I understand that. But I'm also saving for a house. I'm saving for a mortgage. It's a lot of money. And I think that coupled with the way Rovers have been at the moment, yes, results are starting to turn. I'm going to Stevenage. I wasn't planning on doing so. Depending on how we're doing again, I might look at going to Tranmere and Rochdale coming into the campaign. I was going to do Northampton and Newport anyway. But at the moment, it's difficult to kind of get your priorities in order and straight in a way. And it is hard when I save hard. I could be a bit stupid and go spend £10 on food and whatever, which I'm never going to eat at Lidl or whatever because I'm that kind of guy. But or buy a shirt for £20 like I'm wearing today. But it's hard, and I think coming out of this with the pandemic, the cost of living is going up big time. The cost of everything is going up big time. It's like this very, very weird. I know there's a product we buy in Sainsbury's, mashed sweet potato. That's gone up 10p a pot. If you buy 2 or 3 a week, that's another 30p to your shopping. If another 10p is on every single item you buy, and you say buy, goodness me, 100 products a week, say you've got a family of 4, and that's like another tenner. You with me? So, it's a lot of money. That's right, isn't it? Can't remember. I'm not very good at maths, and I work with numbers every day. But yes, it is hard at the moment trying to get motivated to go to gas at the moment. Like I said, I could go to Oldham Tuesday, spend 30 quid on coach and 20 quid on a match ticket. That's 50 quid there. Or I could stay at home, stay indoors in the warm and watch it on iFollow for a tenner. Yes, it's not the same as being there. I understand that. And I do miss going. But ultimately, it's just life getting in the way. And I guess that's, becoming an adult, I suppose. I'm 23 now, and it's learning with that, I guess. And it's hard when the Rovers are a bit of a pain in the rear. Like I think I said this earlier, it's like pulling teeth sometimes watching Rovers, but all it needs is a few results and it can just perk spirits back up. So if you made it this long and be ranting about life and the cost of everything, and I sound like a 67-year-old man, then thank you. And as I look a little bit different, I've got a light on in the back here because it's dark outside. I've got a bit of a different setup, so you can maybe see at my nostrils. But thank you so much for joining me today. And I'll probably be up Tuesday or Wednesday. I was talking about the Oldham game. I'll probably watch that. I will watch that because I'm off work this week, and yeah, well needed break. Because Christmas was Christmas and New Year was quite difficult this year with work. It was fine. It was just fucking busy like everywhere else is at Christmas and New Year. I need a week off, but yes, it's all tickety boo, and yeah, fingers crossed everything is good for everyone else out there. So thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, and yeah, I'll speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.